Now, this is the REI Traverse 48, and I've had this for several months. It's about 48 liters, so it isn't going to have that much room. I can break down what it is in cubic inches. I think it's a little over maybe 2,500, I believe, in cubic inches. It would be close. But obviously it's not going to have that much room for too much gear for me and the dogs. Now it's summertime, so I'm not going to need that much gear. However, with the dogs, that means I have to attach a few things that they're going to need. So I pretty much used every feature that this pack had. Now, I'll be honest, that's the positive thing. This is a feature-rich pack. If you go to REI or see it online, you're going to have all kinds of things that you can attach to and use with this particular pack. To start off, you have this neat little kangaroo type pack that's attached to the back. Now, it has a Cordura mesh, which is really nice. It's high grade, which is snapped on to the compression snaps, which kind of gives you enough room that you can stash something in between the pack itself and the kangaroo pouch. Now, the great thing about this is once you open it up, you have mesh that you can stick other items, smaller items inside, but also it comes with its own rain jacket. So that's really nice to throw the rain jacket in. So it keeps it separate from whatever gear that you're going to have. So you've got this big kangaroo pocket with the extra mesh netting and the rain jacket. Now you can see the zipper pull, and the zipper pulls are great as well because they have this extra bit of plastic on the outside of a very small YKK zipper with a little bit of nylon to it. So I don't know what the tensile strength of this nylon pull is, but this extra plastic gives you enough that you can yank on it. This is a fairly durable pack cloth. Now, it's gotten quite a bit of stains on it from going out, so it's not very stain resistant, but it is fairly tough. I don't know what denier this pack cloth is, but there's a combination of several pack cloths on here. Also, at the bottom, where you see Traverse, you've got numerous attachment points, which is kind of nice. You can attach something with a carabiner to it, and you're not going to have a problem losing items. So, underneath it is a contrasting material. This is also probably about a 500 weight Cordura. You have ice axe loops, and then you have smaller loops. And you can see you've got 4 of the smaller loops and 2 of the ice axe loops. Now the ice axe loops parallel with these to be able to attach items to. So, and this is actually pretty sharp. I like this. It's got this little plastic piece where you can cinch it and make it nice and tight. Another small loop on this side, no loop on that side. As we look on the sides, we're going to see these unique compression straps. Now, they're one on either side of the pack, and it's really pretty cool because you've got a camming buckle, and the camming buckle has teeth to it, so it really bites into it. And with the compression strap, you can pull up on the bottoms. Now the great thing about this is, if you're just using it as a day pack, you can just cinch it up pretty tight. So that's kind of nice. In addition, you've got water bottle holders, and fairly stretchy, almost similar to a soft shell type material with a tab. Now, you can stick a good sized bottle in this, or even 2 smaller bottles, so that's kind of nice. And it does go in at a slight angle, although I found I could not reach back behind my arm to be able to pull them out, so I had to take the pack off to get them out. Maybe that's just my flexibility, I don't know. But you have that on both sides, so that's kind of nice. Up top, you have one zippered pocket, fairly deep, covers the top. You'll notice that it's fairly thick. So this is a padded covered top. So that's kind of nice. But it's just got one pocket. Now, the really unique thing about this pack for a day pack is they made it a hybrid loading system. It's got several big zippers that run pretty much the length of the pack. There's another zipper here, and if I take this zipper and run it all the way over, I'll pop that side compression strap, and look, you can pull this whole thing open. If you're, say, in your hotel room or whatever, and you know you've got this max to the gills, you can pretty much unzipper the whole thing. When you're out in the woods, that's not going to be the case, but it's nice to be able to get to something that might be in a different spot. I generally prefer going from the top, not from the hybrid style, but it's nice to know that you can do that. And it has enough zippers that allow you to be able to do that. Now if we look on the inside of the lid, you've got a nice mesh pocket, put other small items in, which also has a key fob holder, so that's kind of nice. Got that. This is a unique thing. Once again, this is a feature-rich pack, and it has a little snap inside here, so when you cram some of your items down, you can tighten it up really snug. If you have a lot of items, that's great because it allows you to cram them down. If you don't have that many items, it allows you to pretty much make it a very snug, lightweight pack. So it's pretty versatile in that fact, so that's a pretty good deal. What you're also going to notice is that it has a hydration sleeve. So once again, comes with full features, hydration sleeve. It has a blue hydration hook, so it's kind of color coded. You know you're going to put your hydration on this hook inside the sleeve, the pack. So that's pretty cool. Behind the little hook is a little hole, and it's the same kind of thing. It has a blue, little blue drop, obviously signify water, and it is a piece of Cordura soft shell type material as well, so that's kind of neat. Makes it easy to go in there. Pretty sturdy, although it's not very long grab hook. This is on the outside. Now, this says that this is a size medium, for what that's worth. So this thing does have load lifters to stabilize the load and pull it closer to your back, which is pretty nice. Now the back panel and the suspension system, there is a mesh vent that allows you to get air in the back. It's fine. It's very snug, very tight. It does a real good job of getting a little bit of air. However, there is a fairly thick plastic sheet that kind of tapers down along the back, so it gives it rigidity, and I think that's what gives the mesh a little bit of a shape to it. Then there's some foam on the inside of the mesh, and then in the lumbar section you'll see the mesh and then the foam meet up down at the very bottom here. So this is comfortable. This is just fine, to be honest. The problem I had with the pack was in the suspension system, was in the shoulder straps and in the waist belt. Now, the shoulder straps are comfortable. They're foam with mesh and a little bit of trim with the pack cloth, which was fine. The problem is almost always invariably the sternum strap. Now this is a size medium, and this is as snug as the medium will get. That's just not snug enough. I'm not a huge guy, but I'm not a small guy either. This needs to get tighter so that it pushes my shoulder straps a little bit closer to the inside towards the inner of my chest. Problem is, when it's out, it's pulling the weight and pulling my chest away, so I have to breathe harder. That's a problem for me. I've noticed that before, particularly with any kind of pack that decides it wants to brand, and you can see the little REI stitched on here, and they just don't need this. And if they do this, make it even smaller. But be honest, I don't think you need this stretchy section. Get rid of it. Most packs don't need it. You've got a good setup. Don't brand your sternum strap. So that's one of the big problems I have with it. The second biggest problem is the waist belt. Now, the waist belt is constructed well. I mean, it is foam, it is padded with mesh, and this has also got some sort of stiffener in it, which is great. However, if you see how tight I've got these are snug because the only way I can carry, 30 pounds of weight all the way down. Now, once again, this is a medium, okay? It's not fitting like a medium. What it's fitting like is a large, because you see all the straps I have left? That's how big that this would get in the waistline. Well, I'm having to ratchet it down to its very basics just to try to get the weight off of my back, because that's what you want. You don't want your pack weight to be carried by your shoulders, you want it to be carried by your waist, and this just isn't getting that done. And that's kind of a problem I find with this pack. Like I said, this is a medium should fit me, a medium should have no problem with taking the weight off of my shoulders and putting it around my waist. It just didn't. Now, these are really nice pockets. I like them. They're a Cordura mesh, similar to a soft shell material that you see on the sides and in the back. So I didn't use them. They're fairly stretchy, so you can put a lot of extra gear and pieces of equipment in them. I haven't really used them because I was using my ribs. I was wearing my ribs on top of it. The zipper, it's just a little nylon pull, YKK zipper. Not necessarily really easy to pull like the ones that are on the back that are fairly good sized. But I mean, for what it is and the fact that it's a smaller zip, it's okay. Now, the REI Traverse 48, it's not exactly a cheap pack. For a day pack, it retails for around $160. Now, I bought it on sale during one of REI's annual events, and I used one of my dividends, so I got it much cheaper. I think I paid around $125, $126. That was my price point. But to be honest, I wouldn't pay full price for it. I would get it when it's on sale. Now, here's the thing. I tried this on before I took it out and decided to buy it. And inside the store, it wasn't that bad. But once you get on the trail, it's a whole different experience. Now, REI has some significant warranties on products similar to this. Now, I think what I'm going to have to do is try to see if their satisfaction guarantee is actually a real guarantee. For me, the REI Traverse 48 in size medium just didn't fit. And since it didn't fit with a heavier weight, it's something that I'm not necessarily going to use as often as I should be able to.